Hello, and welcome to another video. Today I'll be playing some games on Arena with a deck that I drafted in my last Crack-a-Pack video. I will leave a link to the draft in the description if you would like to see it. But here's a quick look at the deck that we're playing today. It is red-black with a tiny bit of blue. Some notable cards are Thunder Magic, Garland, which we can hopefully cast from the graveyard. We've got a Gaius Van Baelsar, a Yawgmoth Thran Physician, 2 shrink down opponent creatures and draw cards, a Xenoseek Elvis, which we can hopefully turn into an 8/8 dragon, Tella Great Sage. Though we don't have a lot of support for this card, it might still benefit us a bit. Kefka Court Mage is the one that I'm most excited to play. It makes us and our opponent discard, and then we draw cards. Summon Primal Odin destroys a creature, and then it has 1 chance to deal combat damage to an opponent to win the game. Gilgamesh is going to try and find equipment in our deck. Again, not well supported, but is still a large body for us. And yeah, that is pretty much it. Let's jump into a game and get started. Okay. So our hand is a little slow, but I know the deck curve is pretty bad. We've got an early play, so I think we just keep. Start with the town. Nice. We can mountain cycle if we don't draw another land. Let's get Prompto out and attack. We don't have a turn 3 play, so we can mountain cycle to make sure we hit 4, and then the Chocobo finds our 5th land. Alright, never mind. Let's attack. And I think we can just cast this then. Ninja Blades. Okay. so the samurai will be big enough to block. But I really want to hit our next land. So let's Mountain Chocobo. Offer a trade. I think we cast Xenos next turn. Because then we can Light of Judgment and hopefully get the Ninja Blades as well. So I'll let this attack through. They discarded Poison the Waters. Okay. Casting a Gigantode. So these will both go away when we cast Xenos. So let's attack. Okay. Cast Xenos. Oh crap. I meant to select the hero because the toad was small enough just then, and then we'd be able to get the blades with Light of Judgment, but hopefully they'll re-equip and we can still do that. Well, they're definitely casting something. Chocobo Kick. Okay. Well, we can cast any number of things next turn, but they do get a Ninja Blade trigger. Okay. They're at 11. I wonder if I can just prevent them from attacking altogether and keep up Light of Judgment. No, I don't know. I should have just removed it. This is so sloppy. They're sacrificing? Huh, okay. Well, at least we're both sloppy. Okay, I don't know what they'd have. So we can trade. Let's play the katana. A fatal push. So let's cast the Ahriman. Okay. And let's see if they equip. Alright, let's get rid of those now like we should have before. And attack. And we can get another Chocobo next turn unless we draw something better. Discard the town. Okay, they got a Thunder Magic. And we drew Garland. Our life total is getting a bit low, but so is theirs. And they can't block this, so I want to try and get in for as much as I can. Then we can chump block the Malboro with Garland, and we'll be able to recast him from the graveyard next turn. It takes 7 mana, so we'll be good. Let's block. Oh, yikes. So we'll go down to 2. Okay, never mind. That didn't work out too well. And I definitely misplayed a bit, but let's get into the next one. I think this hand is way too slow, so let's try again. This one is also quite slow, and we don't have any red mana. But would it get any better if we went down to 5? I guess let's just hope that we draw a mountain. Alright, we're in business as long as we don't take too much early damage. Okay. Well, that is not what we want to see. We can try and force them to sack the hero, but they can just re-equip. Maybe putting out the warrior sword is better. Like, even though we'll lose the creature when we block, the Gaius can get rid of the remaining creature. Okay, Sephiroth's intervention. We are down to 6, so that's not great. Get rid of the token. Okay. Let's block. I guess we can play Xenos and choose the unequipped creature. Alright, so he's gone. We're down to 1, so it's not looking very promising. We could play a blocker, but I don't want to risk it getting removed again. I guess we just pass and Thunder Magic on their turn. Alright, we're done for. Let's move on, and hopefully we can do better. Alright. Not too exciting, but I think this is about as low as our curve gets. Ooh, nice. Hopefully we hit our 4th land on time. Perfect. Let's just see if we can get this out of the way. Nice. Okay. A 3/3 with vigilance. So we can play Yawgmoth, but I don't know that I want to expose it yet until we're able to mow down a real creature with it. So let's actually lead with the Chocobo, and that'll be something we can sack later. Okay. Oh, they're passing. Hmm. I mean, we can play this now and just get rid of their flyer. Or we can go right to Kefka and start stripping their hand. Get rid of a mountain. Looks like they discarded Lionheart. Okay, a pixie. Surveil. I'm actually going to double block this then. So, without anything to sack immediately, this becomes a bit awkward. Yawgmoth is kind of the best blocker that we have, though. Okay, we'll take 4. And next turn we can threaten and get rid of those. And unless they cast another creature, we can start attacking with Kefka. We could also just destroy a creature and get more power on the board now. I mean, this has haste. Maybe we can get them in a bad situation and get that last card out of their hand before really moving in. They are 1 land away from activating the Lunatic Pandora, so that's a bit concerning. Alright, the Pandora's live. Okay. We're still far off from being able to double spell in a single turn. But let's threaten. we can attack. Okay, they're tapping down the trampler. We'll ship this. Discard a land. Nice. And before we return the pixie, let's sacrifice it. We'll cast the GF of Frit, but we do want to be mindful about how many cards are left in our library. An ash. Okay. I don't want to be rummaging too much. And they can double block to destroy something. Think I'll leave Yawgmoth back. If Kefka goes now, I think that's okay. We've got a lot of other stuff in hand. Okay, I guess I should have sent in everything. Or should have done this pre-combat. But we're still gonna get there, so... Alright, now they're activating Pandora. But too little too late, I'm afraid. Let's move on. A 2-lander with no red. I would 100% keep this if I had a mountain, but let's mulligan. It's slow, but I think we keep it. I guess put the mountain back, just to make sure that we have double black. Okay. Get Prompto Argentum out. We'll attack. Let's do this before combat in case anything happens. Alright. Seems like they might be stuck on a color. Let's roll out the katana. Yeah, I don't think they can really recover from here, unfortunately. Okay, that one was a bit of a bummer. Sure. We've got all our colors. Okay, a monk's fist. Ignis Scienta. Still think we get our Death Toucher out. Ooh, okay, so we're going to have to block. And they have first strike. That is rough. We can Thunder Magic. How much is this to equip? 2. Okay, I think we let them attack so they don't just re-equip. Are they gonna counter it? Okay. Nothing much we can do. Let's cast Xenos, and now we have a creature big enough to survive first strike. Okay. So I'd like to get rid of Ignis so that Xenos can flip, but I'm not really sure how to make that happen just yet. We can get a card out of their hand at least. Okay, they're cycling, but still have to discard. Let's see if they remember not to block. Okay. Is there anything that I want to do before combat? I'm a little nervous that they have something. They're ejecting Kefka. Uh, well, I'll just recast and get another trigger. I don't understand them looting here. Unless they want to fill up their graveyard. Okay, so they're drawing 3. A town greeter. So yeah, maybe they do just want a bunch of cards in the graveyard. Oh, nice. So now we can get rid of Ignis and flip Xenos. Alright, and we're done. Yeah. I think we can keep. Play the shopkeep. And we've got the katana next. The shopkeep can actually use its ability. I think I'll trade off the shopkeep though. I want to try and keep them behind if I can. Another Dark Knight's Greatsword. I don't really want to attack into this, but I also don't want to take 4. Maybe if we get another land, we can equip Yawgmoth or something. Okay, town greeter. Alright. Let's roll out Yawgmoth. Maybe if they equip, we can Light of Judgment. Oh, that is very good. And his chocobo. Oh no. This needs to be dealt with immediately. And we can attack. Maybe we can equip the katana next turn and get them with this. I always forget that this has protection from humans too. Ooh, diamond weapon. I don't know what we can do about that. we can equip, but this isn't enough to trample over the diamond weapon. I don't know what to do. We can at least shrink it a little. Maybe over time we can get it low enough to Light of Judgment. Thunder magic is good, but we're short 1 mana. This is tough. We can make them sack a creature maybe. But we don't want to lose Yawgmoth. And this isn't an enchantment. I guess we do this and at least chump block. Four permanents in their graveyard, so they'll get Yawgmoth. We don't have enough to proliferate. Man. Let's jump block. And draw land. We can play Gilgamesh, and then if we equip it next turn, it'll be big enough to block. Okay, found nothing. So let's take this. Oh no, an X-Death. No land. And nothing really survives here. I guess we equip and can at least block Diamond Weapon. But they have enough damage to end us unless they don't realize it. And Thunder Magic can really only get Town Greeter, so... Yup. Not enough. Alright. So, overall, we ended 3-3. We had a pretty rough start, and honestly, I was not playing well at all. But when we were able to get our high end going, I thought this was a lot of fun. There's probably a lot I could have done differently here. Even during drafting, I pivoted into black, and I don't think I paid enough attention to getting low-cost creatures that would help ensure our survival into the later game. Like, I should have been running the Shinra reinforcements and things like that. But yeah. Let me know how you've been doing with this set. And as always, if you enjoyed this video, I would absolutely love it if you would give it a thumbs up. And please consider subscribing if you haven't already. And I'll be back with new Magic the Gathering ASMR videos every Monday and Friday. Your support truly means the world to me, and I hope you have a wonderful day.